Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. We're going to talk about Cole Alteneder. Cole Alteneder. He is the topic of this video. Cole Alteneder. He is a former resident of the Moscow home. We're talking about the home where 4 college students were brutally stabbed during the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022. Coroner thinks 3, 4 a.m. Police haven't made any arrests. They haven't found the murder weapon, which is a knife. And they're looking for a white Hyundai Elantra. But let's talk about Cole Alteneder. He is a former resident that lived inside that home, and he speaks out to the media. He talked to Fox News, and I want to share what he said to Fox News, and then we will discuss. So Fox News just came out with a report here. Idaho murders. Footsteps can be heard on every floor, former tenant says. A former tenant of the home where 4 University of Idaho students were knifed to death told Fox News Digital that every footstep can be heard in the creaky old home. It's a very creaky old house, said Cole Alteneder, who graduated in 2022 and lived at 1122 King Road his junior year. You can hear footsteps on every floor. Each floor has a bedroom and a bathroom. Alteneder had a bedroom on the 2nd floor above one of the 1st floor bedrooms. The person who lived below me always said he could hear me walking around, recalled Alteneder. I had a desk and a rolling chair, and he could hear that roll around. The home also had poor insulation, and the ventilation system was really weird, so you could hear everybody talking throughout the house. This comes from a former tenant who is now speaking out. Cole Alteneder. This is the guy. He said that he could hear the floors creak and poor ventilation system, and he can hear throughout the house. That is a big deal to me. That is a big deal because we know that there was 2 roommates at the bottom of this home. This home had 3 floors, 2nd floor, 3rd floor is where the victims died. But on the 1st floor, there was 2 surviving roommates, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk. And according to Cole, you can hear throughout the house footsteps. And I've actually made a video about the inside of the home and the flooring, hardwood flooring. If you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. Now here's a little, I actually went to Cole's Facebook page. He has a public Facebook page. I went to it to check it out. So I am on the public Facebook page of Cole Alteneder. He is a former resident of the Moscow home. He just recently spoke to the media, so he has stepped forward giving a statement talking about the house. And I go to his friends list and I put in Xana. He's not friends with Xana. Not friends with Madison Mogan. Kaylee. Don't see him friends with Kaylee. And we'll see Chapin. Not friends with Chapin. Let's see if he's friends with Jack Decor at all. Nope. Jack Showalter. Nope. So he's not friends with anyone that lives in the house now. None of the victims. He wasn't friends. And he is a licensed real estate broker in Oregon. Previously went to the University of Idaho. Again, this is public, and he's already came forward speaking to the media, so I'm just sharing. This is Cole Alteneder.
Hopefully I'm pronouncing that last name right. Alteneder.
So Cole, he is a former resident, spoke out. Let me know your thoughts on that. I think that changes the dynamics. I believe there was another individual that used to live in the house and who said something totally different by saying that they couldn't hear anything around on other floors. So Cole here is saying he could while he lived there. He said he lived there temporarily, but he was in the house. It's good to hear from people that have been inside that house because it can provide some insight. Because the question is, how did the roommates, the two surviving roommates, Dylan and Bethany, not hear what happened? Did an intruder go in that house, or was somebody already in there? Or, if you're in a location where it is always noisy and you can hear things, do you over time block it out and just not hear it in the moment? People were asking about Dylan and Bethany. I know it's been reported that they were out that night too, the 12th into the 13th. It has been reported that they came back around 1 a.m. Were they asleep? What were they doing? Who were they out with? Did they bring anyone back to the house with them? Were they drinking? Were they under the influence of drugs? And I only say that because if they were sleeping and slept through this, like it's been reported and that's what they're claiming, I guess, were they under the influence and they just, drunk and pass out? You drink a lot or do drugs and you pass out and you don't hear nothing. Could that be the case here? Or are they just heavy sleepers? Could you sleep heavily through a house that creaks, makes noise, and then, wake up in the morning and not hear what happened inside your home when something very bad and nefarious happened? It looks like defensive wounds and there was a big struggle possibly in the house with some people. Maybe some of the victims were already asleep when they got stabbed. Maybe some put up a fight. But if they put up a fight, you don't think you would hear it? I don't know. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. I am covering this case. Wanted to share about Cole, who came out and shared himself. I'm sharing what he shared since he wanted to be out in the limelight. That's good. It's good to hear from people speaking up that have insight about the inside of this house or anything about the victims. Hopefully others will come out and speak. Hopefully we will learn more over time because it's been, 5 weeks now? Over 5 weeks? Approaching 6 weeks since this tragedy happened and still no arrests. Police claim they're working hard to try to find answers. They said the case is not cold. And the police chief, Mr. Fry, said, no stone left unturned. I like that philosophy. No stone left unturned. That goes with, us. Sleuths, media, concerned citizens. We are leaving no stone left unturned because the case is not solved. And the police have asked the public to help. Bring in awareness. Everyone be safe. God bless. Praying for the community, justice for everyone in Moscow.